In this video, we are going to see what is the use and the need of homogeneous coordinates when I'm talking about 2D transformations. In our previous sessions, we have seen translation, rotation, and scaling with their respective formulas and the matrices that we have derived for the three transformations. Now, what is the need for homogeneous coordinate? So, the need for homogeneous coordinate is, now, please have a look on the left hand side. This is the formula to perform translation, and this is the resultant matrix matrix operation that we need to do. So the translation matrix is with 2 rows, 1 column. This is your point matrix and this is my output matrix P dash. Okay, and the operation that we are performing is addition. When I come to rotation, this is the formula for rotation. P dash is equal to R dot P. Now, the matrix for rotation that is on the right hand side has got 2 rows and 2 columns with the operation as multiplication. Okay, and now we have a look to our scaling matrix. And when I come to my scaling matrix, I can see that the formula is P dash is equal to S dot P. This is my scaling matrix with 2 cross 2 and the operation is multiplication. Okay, so what we need to notice here is the operation in all the three matrices. That is, whenever I am doing translation, the operation is addition. When I'm doing rotation, the operation is multiplication, and when I want to do scaling, the operation is multiplication. And also the sizes of the matrices are different. So what is the need for homogeneous coordinates? There are two important points that we need to understand. Why do we need homogeneous coordinate? Number one is, I want all the operations to be uniform. Like as I said, somewhere it's addition, somewhere it's multiplication. So I want all the operations to be uniform, and basically we want all the operations to be multiplication only, no additions. Okay, and number two is, we want the size of transformation matrices. We want the size of transformation matrices to be uniform. Okay, now currently translation has got 2 cross 1, rotation is 2 cross 2, and scaling is also 2 cross 2. So two purposes for which I want to go in for homogeneous coordinate is, one, to take care of the operations. I want the operations to be uniform. Second is, I want the sizes of all the transformation matrices to be uniform. So that's why I need what we call it as homogeneous coordinate. And what is the standard structure for homogeneous coordinate? So the standard structure for homogeneous coordinate is, let me pick up a point coordinate. A point was denoted as x, y. Okay, but then now when I am talking about a homogeneous coordinate, we try to explain it with the help of a point. So whenever I am taking a homogeneous coordinate point P, I will denote it as 3 rows, 1 column. Previously it was 2 rows, 1 column. Now it is 3 rows, 1 column. So my first row is x, my second row is y, and my third row is a coefficient w. So this is a coefficient w. Okay, and this holds a value basically. So whenever I have a coefficient w, ideally this is my homogeneous coordinate. But when I want to plot this coordinate on my screen, so when I want to plot, I get in for Cartesian coordinate. Okay, and how am I going to get the Cartesian coordinate P out of my homogeneous coordinate is, please have a look, this W is a coefficient here. So X by W and Y by W will give me the final Cartesian coordinate. Right, so this is how I write my homogeneous coordinate. Now let's see a quick example. If I am giving my P as x, y with a value 2. right? So my W is equal to 2 out here. So when I am plotting it and on a Cartesian coordinate system, what will it be? X by 2 and y by 2. Let the value of x and y be anything. So say suppose my x holds a value 4, my y holds a value 8. So it will be 4 by 2 and 8 by 2. That is what will be my final P coordinate as per Cartesian coordinate, right? So whenever I'm talking about homogeneous coordinate, what correction am I going to make is, instead of writing my P matrix as 2 rows 1 columns, now my P matrix will be 3 rows 1 columns. And what will be there in my final third row is, so please do have a note as in how do I write homogeneous coordinate finally. So P is equal to x, y, and for simplicity I'm going to write it as 1. So if I'm writing this as 1, there is no need to divide it. So this is P, that is homogeneous coordinate with 3 rows and 1 column. So this is used practically. Okay, so P is equal to xy1, that becomes my point matrix. So henceforth we will be using this. Now we see what is the impact of my point matrix on the formulas or else on the transformation matrices that I have. So we start with translation, right? And my translation says my x dash is equal to tx plus x, my y dash is equal to ty plus y, and currently I am writing it as p dash is equal to t plus p, that is tx ty plus my point matrix xy gives me x dash y dash. Okay, now we see how do I write it when I am doing my homogeneous coordinate thing, right? So now we see how do I write it. So my formula remains the same, P dash is equal to T, but now my operation, that is addition, changes to multiplication. So it is T multiplied by P now, as we are doing all the operations common as multiplication. So now my matrix changes to this, and we will have a quick look at the functioning of my the size of my matrix basically. Now please note that we have also changed our point matrix, and my point matrix now is x, y and homogeneous value 1. Similarly, if my point matrix is x, y, 1, my p dash will be x dash, y dash and 1. So my last value will be 1 in the resultant matrix also. Now, what am I supposed to multiply to p so that I get my x dash? And what is x dash? X dash is equal to tx plus x. Okay, so x has to be multiplied by 1. First row multiplied by column. Second row multiplied by column. So x dash is equal to x plus tx. That is what I want here. So x multiplied by 1. I don't want the y component. And to my last one, I will have to multiply tx. So this becomes my first row. Okay, what happens to my second row? In the second row, I want y plus ty. So I don't want an x, so I'll put a 0. I want a y, so I'll write a 1 and I will add it to ty. Okay, and to my last row, I want the answer as 1. So I write it as 0, 0, 1. Okay, so now we just see the functioning of this. So x dash is equal to 1 into x plus 0 into y plus tx into 1. So it is x plus a tx. Okay, so this does not function, x plus a tx. Similarly, we see our second row, y dash is equal to y plus ty. So x I don't want, x into 0 plus y into 1 plus ty into 1. So it's y plus ty. And last row, I want the value as 1. So 0 into x plus 0 into y plus 1 into 1. So I get the value as 1. So this becomes my final translation matrix. Now the size of the matrix is 3 cross 3 and the operation is multiplication. Okay, so T multiplied by P will give me the output, that is P dash. Okay, so now we change it to translation. So since we have done with translation, now we start with rotation. Okay, and for rotation, As we have already seen, x dash is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta. Y dash is equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta. Okay, so this is the matrix and this is the formula. And how do I write it? P dash is equal to R multiplied by P, right? So my operation for my homogeneous thing will be P dash is equal to R dot P. That is fine. Now how do I write it? Using a 3 cross 3 matrix multiplied by my point matrix, that is xy1, and give me the value x dash, y dash and a 1. Okay, so now by looking at the formula, I want x to be multiplied by cos theta, y to be multiplied with minus sin theta. So x with a cos theta, y with a minus sin theta, and last value will be 0. So cos theta multiplied by x minus sin theta multiplied by y, 0 into 1. Similarly, next row is x sin theta plus y cos theta. So it is x with a sine theta. So sine theta multiplied by x plus y cos theta. So y multiplied by a cos theta, and the last value is 0. Last row I want the value as 1. So I multiply it with 0, 0, 1. Okay, so now I have my rotation matrix, that is with size 3 cross 3, and the operation that we are doing is multiplication. Okay, now we move on to our third transformation, and that's nothing but scaling. So when I'm doing scaling, it is x dash is equal to sx multiplied by x, and y dash is equal to sy multiplied by y, right? So how am I writing it? It as I am writing it as P dash is equal to S multiplied by P, right? So my formula remains the same. It is P dash is equal to S multiplied by P. Now we need to identify what will be the matrix S, that has to be multiplied with a point matrix XY1, so that I get my final output X dash, Y dash and a 1. Okay, so we just have a look. X dash has to be multiplied, x dash has to be equal to x multiplied by sx. Okay, so first row I should get the answer as x multiplied by sx. So x, the first element, has to be multiplied by sx. Rest everything will be a 0, 0. Second row I need to multiply y with sy. So 0, sy, 0. And last row I want the answer to be 1. So it's 0, 0, 1, right? So this becomes my scaling matrix. And when I'm talking about my scaling matrix, it is again 3 cross 3. And the operation that we have chosen is a multiplication. Okay, so in all the three matrices that we have done right now is my translation. Let it be translation. Let it be rotation, or else let it be scaling. What have we done is, to summarize it out here, so now my translation matrix has turned out to be a 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay, and the operation has become multiplication. My rotation matrix is again a 3 cross 3 matrix with the operation as multiplication. My scaling matrix is again a 3 cross 3 matrix with the operation as multiplication. And my point matrix is a 3 cross 1 matrix. Okay, so this is the change that we have done when we are talking about homogeneous coordinate, and that is the beauty of homogeneous coordinate. It is going to make uniform operations and uniform matrix sizes, matrices, size of the matrices. Okay, so so I hope you have understood the concept of homogeneous coordinates. Thank you. And for our next lecture, we'll be solving numericals on transformations.